Hey, guess what? We got a Damaged Chronicles reunion here tonight for this album review. A little bit of retrospective for you people, because 2 years ago we sat up here and reviewed Violence Unimagined by Cannibal Corpse. Guess what? We're doing it again here in 2023, man. We're going to review the newest Cannibal Corpse album, Chaos Horrific. That's right.
Yep.
Which came out yesterday.
Yep.
Oh, man. This is going to be a fun one to talk about here.
Absolutely.
So this would be Cannibal Corpse's 16th studio album, released on Metal Blade. They're probably the only band that's been on Metal Blade through and through. They've never been on another label.
Correct.
And wow, we got a monster of an album to talk about right now. You know what? I think I'll let my guest here begin things.
Yes. So, yep. Obviously, album opens up with Overlords of Violence, which, for me, I listened to this, and bear in mind, I did listen to this a little bit since I really didn't the last time we talked about a Cannibal Corpse album, so I was like, make up for it. We'll finally listen to all of them, and take notes, finally. But yeah, album opens up with Overlords of Violence, which, to me, is just your standard, traditional Cannibal Corpse song. Nothing too out of the ordinary, at least for me.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to this track, I think the only notable thing is it might be the first Cannibal Corpse album ever where you get a bass beginning by Alex Webster as far as like an intro to an album begins.
Yeah.
Or, you know, how as far as like an intro to an album starts out, I should say. That's what, yeah. I mean, yeah, this one's basically just your standard thrashy Cannibal Corpse tune, and that's the thing we're going to talk about with this new album.
Yes.
There's definitely a lot of thrash influence on this freaking record.
Yes.
That kind of goes back to Eaten Back to Life, or an album like that.
Yeah. But yeah, that is one of only a handful of songs on here that made me think it's traditional, standard Cannibal Corpse. It's going to be a while before we get to another one, because the next song we got on here, Frenzied Fading, which I have written down here, has kind of a back and forth between fast-paced and slow down, groovy riffs and moments and stuff like that. And it kind of, a little bit of those moments kind of remind me of Kill / Evisceration Plague era Cannibal Corpse, which I happen to own Evisceration Plague.
Yeah, I mean, this track, yeah, you kind of get that vibe of Kill, like you said, Evisceration Plague, like you said, more the modern Cannibal Corpse sound, obviously. But man, when it fucking breaks down to that fucking groovy, heavy part, holy cripe, that part is so damn heavy. I love it. That's probably my favorite part of the track, and that's another thing we're going to talk about too. There's a good bit of groove on this record, as opposed to just speed for the sake of there being speed.
Yes.
You know? And
this
one, the rips are fucking great.
Yeah.
And the guitar solos too are awesome.
Yes. And speaking of groove, we get to the next one. One of my favorites off this track. Summoned for Sacrifice made me instantly think of the title track of this album. It has that kind of that groovy, really slow down, groovy doom-like riff that Evisceration Plague had at the time. It's easily a highlight for me on this album. Absolutely love Summoned for Sacrifice.
Right. Now this track, this is where I kind of hear a Slayer influence, especially in the beginning of it. The riff really has like a resemblance to some Slayer, you know. It's got like those fucking, what kind of riffs would you call them? Like those, not hammer out pull on type of riffs, but it's got like those intro riffs like Slayer.
I said, it was like that, where it had some of those kind of that, but it's got those kind of riffage from this. And obviously, a lot of people know that this band kind of sounds like Slayer a little bit, you know.
Right.
Slayer's a big, huge influence. Hell, at one point, ex-member Pat O'Brien filled in for Jeff Hanneman in Slayer. So, I mean,
that's very true. Yep, that is very true.
He knows the style all too well. Alrighty, this was an interesting one. Oh, you still there?
But no, back to the third track for 1 minute. I noticed something in the guitar solos that was very different, and you'll notice this throughout the whole album. Like Eric Rutain brings something different to Cannibal Corpse when it comes to guitar solos, because I know we were kind of talking about this before we went on air. I kind of hear a slight melodic death metal edge to the guitar solos, because you get those harmony guitar solos on that track, and I can kind of hear it a little bit. I mean, no, it's not full on, obviously, but I can kind of hear it a little bit, which gives it a very interesting sound when it comes to a Cannibal Corpse album.
Yes. Yeah, but then
that's pretty much all I got to say about that.
Yeah, then we get into another interesting track, Bloodblind. Now, this is kind of a bit of a story. When you were telling me about this, about wanting to do this, one of the bands I was listening to was Revulsion. Who are a Finnish death doom band. And when I was listening to Bloodblind, I was getting the exact same vibe. Like, there is Revulsion style, like the death doom stuff, just more Cannibal Corpse. They made it more like fit into the Cannibal Corpse format and stuff like that. But it's definitely a death doom vibe with this one. This is one of two on here that I have that are kind of a death doom one. And yeah, I instantly listened to this and I'm like, it's Revulsion, just done by Cannibal Corpse.
Yes. And this would have been the first single that was released on this album. I actually did a little review for this track when it first came out. Holy crap, the fucking riffs on this are so fucking heavy. I fucking love that.
Yeah, but you also get the doom aspect. You get that death doom style aspect, like that, the revulsion and stuff like that. It's kind of weird seeing Cannibal Corpse doing something a Finnish death doom band does, but they do it so damn well. I'm like, I want a full Cannibal Corpse death doom album now because of this. It sounds really, really great.
Yeah, like you said, you can definitely hear that influence. But man, when they slow it down, man, holy shit. The fucking that's what's so cool about the new album. You can kind of hear it on the last album too, where they were using some more groovy elements. But this one, I think there's a bit more of the groovy elements going on, which is really cool.
Yeah. But
yeah, fucking killer ass track. The riffs are so fucking pounding on this. So we are up to track 5, right?
Vengeful Invasion, which to me is just, it's Frenzied Feeding Part 2. Kind of going back and forth between fast-paced and slowed down groove riff. Pretty much it's the same as Frenzied Feeding. Again, another one I like. It's a very bag of stuff on this album, and this is just another one of those that's on the fast-paced slash slowed down groovy songs.
Absolutely. Yeah, with this track, the vibe I got, being an old school Cannibal Corpse fan from way back in the day, I kind of hear a little bit of Tunes of the Mutilated in this track and parts of the track. Like, this one definitely has more of that earlier Cannibal Corpse sound to me, as opposed to, what you would hear, with Corpse Grinder, I guess. I mean, yeah, you still get like that, and you still get that sound in there too. But for some reason, this one, to me, just has more of that early Eaten Back to Life, Tunes of the Mutilated type of vibe to it, And it's a really good track too. I mean,
yeah. And then we get to the title track, and you mentioned Slayer. This is the track for me that made me think this sounds like Slayer. It sounds like Angel of Death Slayer. In a heartbeat.
You know what? Actually, yeah. You know what? You're kind of right about that, because it just begins fast and bumbling, and the riff is
very Slayer-like. It's very Slayer-like. Yes. It's very like Angel of Death from Rain and Blood. It's that kind of era of Slayer where they were making that style. This clearly sounds like Slayer in a heartbeat.
Oh man, I could definitely hear that too. Yes. Again, another track that just tumbles your fucking brain in. It's so fucking brutal. I mean, come on, man. Are we ever going to sit up here and say, "Oh, Cannibal Corpse sold out, made a pop album"? Hell no. I mean, when it comes to this band, you know what you're going to get.
Yeah,
But
you
this
know
track,
what you're gonna get. They're never gonna do a pop album. They're fucking old guys at this point.
Cannibal Corpse doing a fucking bullet for my. I'm not trying to put. You know what I'm saying? Or Cannibal Corpse trying to make an album like in the style of Creed or something. Come on, that's never gonna happen.
No, they would never. No. Yeah, title track. That title track is just a ripper.
Ooh,
Fucking
yes,
love
great.
that song. It is a great song on here.
And I definitely agree with you. It's just a banger. It's everything about it's fucking badass. I mean, you got to figure too. These guys are in their fucking 50s now, and they're still putting out music like this over 30 years later.
Yeah, and I guess they are kind of changing up because they are getting in that age range where they can't really do that anymore. You know, I mean, Eric is the young one, but he's not that young. You know.
I think he's in his 50s now too, but still, man, these guys, fuck.
Jeez, yeah.
Anyways,
crazy, yeah.
So we're on what, track 6 now or 7?
No, 7. Fracture and Refracture. This one to me just is like what I said about Overlords of Violence. This is just that, but much more faster. Way much more faster.
Right. Yeah, this one definitely continues the speed, you know. I'm sorry, I just kind of got distracted by the comment section.
Cosmic says the shit, they're cranking out is still killer. I don't know how they stay this consistent.
Yes.
I mean, yeah.
But my God, yeah, this track is another just badass track with excellent fucking playing on it. You know, Paul Mazurkiewicz, he's like 55 years old now. He's still pounding the fuck out of his drums.
Yeah. And he's one of the original members. Members. Him and Alex. They're the only ones that are of the original lineup, pretty much.
Right.
From the beginning.
So, yeah, this is another killer track, man.
Yeah.
Just great stuff. I mean, there's not much more to say about it. It's just fucking awesome.
Then we get into next we get to a song you said would be a great brutal death metal band name. Pitchfork Impalement.
Yes.
I have written down here continuation of what they were doing on Frenzy Feeding and Vengeful Invasion. That fast paced / slow down groovy moments, pretty much. Oh boy. Oh, there you go. I think we're all good now.
Still there, Ryan?
Yep, still here.
All right.
Now.
Yeah, anyways. All right. And it's been a while since me and Ryan have done a live. Well, we did Dark Throne last week on the other YouTube channel, but it's been a while since we've done an actual live album review on this channel, so bear with us. But no, this track, so the vibe I'm getting, very old school sounding. I kind of hear more thrash on this track. It's got like that deep beat thing going on, you know, where it's not like overly fast, but it's, you know, it's still fast, like in that Motorhead sense. Like if you could picture Motorhead doing death metal, that kind of vibe, you know, that's kind of the vibe I get with this track. Another good track in my opinion. Yep.
And then we get to the next one was Pestilential Rictus. Got 2 more tracks. Get Pestilential Rictus. Another one that sounds like Evisceration Plague, the title track. Second one. Again, like I said about Summon for Sacrifice, absolutely love that song.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, this one's just Pestilential Rictus is pretty much the same as Summon for Sacrifice in a heartbeat.
Sorry, people. We're having a little bit of technical difficulties here. I hope y'all can hear me out there.
Yeah, you're good, Ben. You are
so
good.
With this track, excellent. Actually, this track, strangely, is the only track on the album that has blast beats. I mean, usually when it comes to a Cannibal Corpse album, you get maybe 4 or 5 tracks with blast beats. This is the only track that has blast beats on it. You know, it's still a really killer track, though. I mean, again, it's fucking brutal. It's pummeling. What more do you say about a Cannibal Corpse album when you review it, without trying to be repetitious and repeating yourself over and over? But no, it's a killer track. And like I said,
yeah, just like this. And then we get to the last song on here, Drain You Empty. Now, this one's kind of an interesting one because it's the intro and outro are Death Doom sounding, where the middle is pretty much your standard Cannibal Corpse song. And it's like a very interesting way to end the album.
Right. Yes, this track, holy fuck, it's so fucking doomy and heavy. Sounds evil as shit, too. What a great way to end this freaking album. Normally, when it comes to an ending of a Cannibal Corpse album, you get something really fast and pummeling. Not this time. This right here is a perfect ending to this album. We hear like a Sabbath influence there, the Death Doom influence. And that's the thing notably about this record is there's a little bit of differences you get. Yes, you're getting a bit of the same, like always, but you're getting some flavors thrown in, like the Death Doom. A little bit more melodic on the guitar solos, And this track is no exception. What a killer track. What a great way to end this freaking album.
Yeah, definitely. But I think for me, just getting into my overall thoughts, what I have written down here, while it does have your standard Cannibal Corpse song, this album also has some really good songs that makes me, it's a mixed bag album that actually makes me want to get this album, like, at some point. I wouldn't say immediately.
All right, are we back? Are we good now? I'm sorry, we're having technical difficulties right now. Ryan is not here. All right, I think he's back.
All right, I'm back. Sorry.
All right, man, are we good?
Yeah, we're good now. We're good.
Apologies, we can't control what the internet does, unfortunately.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Anyways, so I guess the final verdict. Come on. The final verdict for this album, to me. We good? Hello, what's up?
I'm good.
Can you all hear me in the chat?
Yeah, I can hear you. But I think for me, I give this a 9.5 out of 10. Really great, really good album, and I will definitely get it. This wouldn't be in my top 10, but honorable mentions. Definitely.
Well, you know what? I think for the first time ever, we might be in agreement here on this review because I'm also giving it a 9.5 out of 10. I just think it's a really good album. I enjoyed it. I kept wanting to play it over and over, and it's only 39 minutes long too, so it doesn't overstay its welcome, which is even better.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that's my review. Our review, I should say, of the new Cannibal Corpse album, Chaos. Horrific. So yeah, 9.5 out of 10.
Both of us.
And that's our anything else? Anything else? You got anything else, Brian? That we're missing?
Not that I can think of. I think we're all good.
All right, guys. If the internet doesn't decide to be a dick to me, we might do a live stream here in the next hour here on this channel to celebrate 800 subscribers. So stay tuned for that, and subscribe to Damaged Incorporated. Also, show him some fucking love too, guys. All right, we are out. Keep it fucking metal. Keep on banging those heads. And we see you shortly.
Yep. Peace.